was a duck, I swim to the bottom and drink my way up. If the ocean was big and I was a duck, and drink my way up. What's up, everybody? This is Bryson Fowler, Bosstalks on the Rooftop, and we are live. We had to get some energy going. You know what I'm saying? We had a little bit of energy going. I'm feeling good today. I got my homie on the show today, and if you don't know about her, we're gonna tell you about it. You know, we got LLC Ladies Love Cigars, Miss Candace Dixon, the CEO of LLC Cigars, also a philanthropist, just overall entrepreneur. She has a foundation. Her and her counterpart, her husband, they have a foundation. They also have several businesses that they're involved with, several organizations they're involved with, and then she just plays right into the cigar industry. So, ladies and gentlemen, introducing Miss Candace Dixon. What's up, lady?
How are you? I'm so glad to be on today for this lunch break. I'm loving it.
Yeah. Lunch break, smoke break. Any chance we can just tie off one and get an excuse going to hang out. So, guys, thank you for tuning in with us on your lunch break, wherever you are. Have a smoke with us on your lunch break, or just sit back and get catch a vibe.
Yeah,
catch a vibe. Catch a vibe. So, Miss CD, can I call you CD? No, I'm calling
you. Yeah, you can. People call me CD. They call me C. Cigar lady, whatever it is. They call me. A lot of people call me C though. C.
So, look, you've been going through a lot. You've been doing a lot, and so we've been trying to make sure we align properly, and I'm glad we were able to align properly. Major love, major healing going out to you and the family.
Thank you.
Because I know you need a lot of rest and restoration with everything that you guys are doing. So I wanted to get that off, personally, and just say, hey, I love you, sis. You doing your thing,
Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Tell us about what's been going on with Ladies Love Cigars. Tell me a little bit.
Wow. We actually hit the ground running in 2026 with LLC Cigars, working on a couple of new projects. In the works, I'm having 2 new blends, which I'm going to just briefly tap on. I don't want to tap on and spill too much until, they get out there. But I'm working on 2 new blends to add to the collection.
You can draw snitch with me. It's cool. Share amongst your friends.
Just a little bit. So I'm going to be introducing those the mid part of the year. I'm thinking for my birthday because I'm going to be the big 50 this year. So I want to celebrate and maybe introduce those new sticks to everybody.
50 Cent. No way.
Yes.
No way.
Yes. No. 50, but I'm 30 in spirit.
Yeah. We go, what I'm saying?
But that means I'm just older and wiser. I'll take it. That means I'm older and wiser. So I'll take it.
But you don't look like a 50-year-old. Like when we grew up, a 50-year-old looked like they were damn near busted and disgusted. You over there looking like a little 20-something over there, ready to run miles around and everything. So you know what?
For sure.
I ain't gonna believe it till I see it. I gotta see
it. Yeah. For sure. I'll put a tap on my back. I'll be like, if I can look like this and feel like this at 50, I'm good.
Yeah. So tell us a little bit about what little things you're working on. Give us a little taste about it, because I be hearing things, but I don't pay no mind until it come across my face. So
Okay. Well, I
tell me
kind of
about it.
wanted to introduce some Nicaraguan flavors to my faces. I have the four that I have. They're Dominican. For you guys that may not are not too familiar with LLC, but I have four Dominican um sticks that I already have. So I do want to introduce and bring something new and something different to LLC. So I'm going to introduce the Nicaraguan blends just to give some flavor, because you have all different kinds of smokers that like different have different palates and different things. So why not introduce that with LLC as part of our LLC family? I think it'll be a
Absolutely.
good look, and just trying some different things. Being in it for about 2 years, you learn a lot. I'm going on my third year now, so kind of just learning what makes sense business wise for LLC, and just bringing that all to the table.
Mm, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, forever the strategist, right?
Uh-huh.
Forever the strategist. So I like to ask people this. I don't believe I asked you this before, guys. If you haven't checked out our episode when we were hanging out at the hangar, uh,
Yes.
reach back and check that out again.
Mm-hmm.
So why cigars?
I love cigars. Like, I've been liking cigars since I maybe was like about 5 or 6. My
Mm,
great uncle and my grandfather and my great great grandfather, they smoked cigars. So they would always get together. Like, some of them lived, I'm from Beaumont, so a smaller town from Beaumont, and they lived in Houston. So they would come down to Beaumont and visit, our family and stuff. And I remember in the mornings, they would sit out there and smoke these. I didn't know what they were. I just knew I liked whatever it was. It smelled good, and I wanted to be around it.
mm,
So that's kind of like where I started. And then once I got old enough, this is a fun fact that I don't think I've shared with anybody, but I was a track athlete. I ran track in college, and I had this, yeah, sprinter. I had this little vice, and one day I was like, okay, I'm going to smoke a Blackie Mile. Now, mind you, I'm an athlete, so I'm not going to tell nobody that secret too much. But I
yeah,
tried a Blackie Mile, and I was like, okay, I like, at that point I was young, and no knock to Blackie Miles, but back then that just was the thing I did, and then I kind of stopped it because of track and field, blah, 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 blah. And then when I got a little older, a little bit more refined, I'm like, I'm going to try those sticks. And it's been 16, almost 17 years since I've been just on straight cigars. So
wow,
it's something that I love to do. And at some point I was like, I want to create my own stick. And hence I came up with Ladies Love Cigars. Wanted to create a space for women and men, but I try to keep my women in mind, because we are tapping into that market more and more, and making our footprint in the cigar industry.
absolutely. So
Mhm.
you're not a person that smokes cigars. You're a cigar smoker. So
Yes,
mm, get
I
you one
see
of these.
that. I gotta
Get
give
you
me
one
one.
of these. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So the thing that I love about that is, like, like, you're 3 years in the game, but you've been smoking for 17 years.
Mhm.
That's wild. And I can attest to that, because you know, other people will smoke, other left hand cigars, right?
Mhm. Mhm.
My spill into it, being former college athlete as well. I was like, all right, well, let me get a Black and Mild. I like the way the smell of it, and then when you had the wood tip, it'd be apple wood or whatever. When they had them
Mhm.
joints, that would be my little thing too. But it still just didn't, like, it just didn't. It just looked ghetto. I'm gonna be honest. It was ghetto.
Exactly. Exactly. Like I say, no knock to it. I wouldn't even dare put one of those to my mouth now. I just couldn't. But back then, I mean, you didn't know better. I mean,
Right.
and
And
things change.
you can't treat him like any other them around here, because he ain't like any other them around here. So
Yes,
that's
yes.
that's why I was like, yeah, it's cool, but we gotta move around to something better.
Absolutely. 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 Yeah. And then
So
once I got to smoking, it was all over then.
mm, and
Mhm.
so you're going into this Nicaraguan phase. Like, did you start out? Did like is your palate gravitated to more Nicaraguan versus Dominican? Like, what made you start out Dominican and then switching over to like a Nicaraguan blend? Is that more like market research?
A little bit of both. My preference is Dominican. I just feel like those seeds are so versatile and you can do so much with them. I just like how they smoke. I just recently started doing I mean, I smoked Nicaraguan in the past, but it just wasn't like my go-to. But
Mm.
more and more now that I'm in the industry now, I'm being introduced to more and more, things. So I was like, oh, I like a couple of them. And then when I would go to different events, they would be like, well, do you have any Nicaraguan blends? And I was like, no. And I got asked every time, like,
Mm.
do you carry that? So I was like, at some point, we have to expand and introduce that to LLC.
Oh, most definitely. Because the people rock with you, and like what I'm saying, that we want the product from you. Like
Mhm.
I'm getting to understand that the more people buy, they really want to buy from people that they like, and we like you, we support you, but we need what we want to indulge in, right?
Absolutely. And I feel like from a business point of view, you have to, I know you can't always people please and do everything your customers want, but at some point you do have to kind of cater to what your audience will want and give them, I just feel like you should just give them that. That just sets you apart from other brands and other businesses when you can listen to what your customers have to say or those that support you and, want to incorporate how they feel and what they may like.
Right, right. Because a lot of times in the service industry, like those are my businesses. Like I have the tax office, we have the roofing business, we whatever. Right? I don't let nothing go across my desk, and sometimes like you're like, hey man, get out of here.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Beat
Yeah,
it.
yeah, yes, I know what you mean so well.
Hey,
I know.
hey, you got a Nicaraguan man? Hey man, it's Dominican around here.
Right,
Get out
right.
of
Yeah,
here.
yeah, yeah. That's
So
it.
I mean, like to avoid that, because like it's hard to not be like real passionate about like this is your brand.
Mm-hmm.
This is what I know my palate, right? And your
Right.
palate, and
Mm-hmm.
you actually know tobacco, and that's one of the things that I gravitate towards you as well,
Mm-hmm.
is your stuff. So for people to be like, oh, do you have a Nicaraguan blend? And you're like, have you tried these yet?
Yeah. You should try something a little different. Different does wonders for people. Like, because I'm a person of habit too, until I
Mm,
try something different. And then I'm like, oh, I like that. Or, oh, I was missing that, So I think people should just be open to different things and not just stay so focused on one particular brand or one particular taste, just expand your palate. And that's in everything with cigars, with alcohol, with clothes, just in general. I just think you should just expand, you know.
the one part that I'm a hypocrite on is I am very particular about my foods.
Mm,
Like
mm,
I don't expand nowhere on my foods. Like I am chicken, steak, tacos.
oh,
Then you want pico to that? Did I ask for that? No,
Pepito.
don't do none of that. So
Oh,
I'm very. We all have our things, right?
we do. We do.
So
We do.
how do you like help someone like gravitate to like trying your your cigars when they're all often like well, I'm usually with this. Like how do you go into divulging that?
That's when I try to get like a one-on-one connection with somebody, maybe by telling my story or seeing what they like and having like a conversation with them to kind of ease it and make them feel better. Because I feel like, having a relationship with somebody goes a long way with your business too. So you may not like it, but I'm going to be a little persistent in trying to understand you and how I can convince you to maybe try something else. So it's about probably trying to develop a relationship with that person one on one to get them to maybe, and they're gonna be like, oh, I like her, or I like where she's going with this, or and then they'll be more inclined to come and try, as opposed to like just put this down your throat here, try this, smoke this, So
Right, right. So being a woman is happy Women's History Month. You're a
mm-hmm,
part of history in so many different fashions. But our tribute to the cigar industry, you are in the cigar industry and you're doing your thing.
mm-hmm.
So what has been your biggest hurdle being a woman in the cigar industry?
For me, it's been about being a boutique brand. I mean, trying to compete with the big guns is hard, and trying to find spaces that are welcoming of boutique owners, more so in a woman owned, black owned cigar lounge. So just trying to compete with them, and how trying to find a niche and trying to find, ways to get your cigars mainstream coming from a woman. I mean, that's been my toughest hurdle, because you go into lounges and you meet owners and stuff, and they're just so focused on, Padrones or Toro, just they only want like certain brands. And it's just really trying to convince them that you have a good product. And just because it's, we're not selling millions doesn't make it not be a good product. So that's just a big hurdle, being new and trying to get out there and get your name out there.
Right. So, what advice would you give a woman that's trying to get into this industry? What would be your best advice to give her?
My best advice is to do thorough research, because you can't just go in thinking that you're going to make buku dollars doing this. I think you have to, in the cigar business, especially, you have to know that you have a passion for it and you're doing it because you love the cigar, you love the culture behind it, not just trying to put dollars and cents behind it. So I would tell a woman, make sure you do your thorough research before diving into it. And then when you do dive into it, stick with it. I mean, it's gonna be some hurdles. You're gonna have times where you're like, I don't want to do this. Is it worth it? But you have to stick with something. And I tell people all the time, my biggest thing is you can never fail at anything unless you quit. So just don't quit and just stay with it. Go over the hurdles. If you get a hurdle, just find out how you can pivot and make it work for you.
Right. I love that.
Hmm.
So, when we're enjoying the LLC cigar, what experience are you looking to deliver to us?
I want people to feel empowered. I want people to, when they smoke it, you're smoking it to celebrate, or you may be smoking it to relax, or, you may be smoking it with people just to bond. So I think for me, when people smoke the LLC cigar, I just want people to be able to form a connection, whether you're by yourself, connecting with yourself, or connecting with others. So just having a connection experience is what I want people to experience with LLC cigars when they smoke them.
I can appreciate, because we have the director, the executive, the founder. I think we have the is
And
it
the
the
chair,
CEO
the
and the
chairman.
chairman.
Hmm.
So, which one's the Lancero?
The CEO.
The
This,
CEO.
uh-huh.
And that is straightforward and powerful. I don't know if you do that on purpose. Like,
I
help guide me through how you named each one.
I did, because although LLC stands for Lady Love Cigars, it's about women in business, people in business. So I decided to name my cigars after people in a business. So like I have my CEO, the Lancero, and I was very intentional about that one, because I knew that I wanted something for women. And when I see a woman bossed up, I see her with a Lancero in her hand, like as a CEO, whether you're the CEO of a Fortune 500, you're the CEO of your house. You could be the CEO of your just whatever it is, but knowing that you have that mindset, and it's sleek and it's sexy and it's nothing too big and it's nothing overpowering. So the CEO was the premise for LLC Cigars, and it's what I wanted to make the signature smoke for women to be, because we are CEOs in everyday life, as a mother, as a wife, as a sister, as a friend, as a whatever. So just taking that and owning up with it, and being the boss that you are.
So that is very powerful, because a lot of people don't understand. Like, even if you were to be a stay-at-home mom, you still have to be the boss and operate the household
Absolutely.
in a business capacity. Everybody
Hmm.
has their role to play, right?
Hmm. Hmm.
So, when you do that and you sit back and you meditate on structuring how you want to present your cigars to people, um, with women, how are you well received with your counterparts when you explain to them your stories behind your cigars?
It's been amazing. I've come across some sisters of the leaf who has been welcoming, other ladies who even have their cigars, who is like, we have this bond. I think like it's another, like it's a support system. Um, and nobody's trying to gatekeep anything. So I find solace in knowing that I have that sisterhood through the cigar community, where we can support one another, where we can, be there for one another, because that's what it's about. Like if we don't have each other, then we really don't have anything. And I just think when women come together collectively, it's so much that we can do, collectively as a unit. And I'm just thankful that I've come across some amazing women who have been like, let me help you do this, or how can I support you? Or if they see that something can benefit me, well, let me point you in this direction, or let me introduce you to this person. So it has been welcoming, man, and I appreciate that. Like it's been a blessing that I've
Mm,
come across some amazing women, whether it's through cigar loungers or people who curate events. And like I said, even the ones that have their own cigar lounge is line, it's no competition. It's just straight, just a camaraderie with us, and I appreciate that.
right, right. Dope, dope, and
Because
dope.
you know how they say women can be, some women can be, and I try not to, follow into that negative stuff or
Caddy,
negative space with
very
women.
caddy.
We can be catty and we can be petty. So I just,
Yeah, I kind of enjoy the pettiness. The pettiness is
yeah.
hilarious.
And I'm a Cancer, and sometimes Cancer women, we can be petty, but
Oh, oh, most definitely.
yes,
Most
yes,
definitely, y'all are. And y'all
yes,
call us us Cancerian men emotional. I'm not emotional. You just keep doing stuff to me to drive that emotions. Stop
exactly,
asking me how I feel.
exactly. So you know about that Cancer spirit.
I do. I do all
Hmm.
too well. So it's like, hey, I don't
Yeah.
think you know this about me, but I'm gonna get you back.
Yeah, some form of fashion will get you back. Well, you least expect it, and not how like you think you're gonna get it. But I tell people that
Mhm.
we're good people, though. We're loyal people. We're good people, and we'll take the shirt off our back. Just don't cross us. That's what I say, or push us to that
Yeah,
limit.
yeah.
Yeah,
Just hey, you want to go tit for tat? Well, stop ticking me.
and I won't text
If you
you.
stop ticking me, I won't tack your ass.
That's right. That's it. That's it. I will not.
I will not. I won't. I promise. I love on you. This, and the third. We'll be cool. We'll
Yes.
smoke a cigar. You can do your thing. But then when
Yes.
you start ticking me, I gotta attack you. I don't know.
That's right. That's right. That's
I
right.
don't know. God said turn the other cheek, and I'm like, man, well, they keep slapping that cheek too. So
Yep.
I'm running out of cheeks to slap.
That's funny.
I'm just, I'm silly, and I get to hang out and smoke with bosses on the show, and that's why I like to cut loose.
Yeah,
You
that's what
know,
it's about. I mean, cigar symbolizes relaxation and chill, and it's not nothing uptight. So you doing it with the show, and it's a great show where you could just unwind and not be uptight and like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah. What's so funny is like everybody comes on, it's like, oh, we're like I thought we were gonna have this is like a different kind of interview. Like, no, man, no,
I
we're
know
gonna
that's how
smoke
I felt. I was
cigars.
all nerved up. I was sweating. I was like, oh my God, I don't know what I'm gonna say, what he's gonna ask. And then afterwards I was like, that dude there. I F's with him. Like I could, you know what I'm saying? Like that dude there. So
Yeah,
yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Like, hey man, come on, man. Like it ain't that deep. We gonna I'm gonna mess with you.
Mhm, mhm. Absolutely. Absolutely. And that's what make you you. That's what
Yeah,
makes you.
it's what makes me me. I'm gonna mess with you because whatever. Don't bore me.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
The more uptight you are, the more I'm gonna mess with you.
Right? Right?
So with because I'm messy now. Now I feel like being messy.
Okay.
Uh, biggest pet peeve going into the cigar lounge as a consumer, it's two-parter. As a consumer, and because you have a cigar brand, as a sales rep.
Okay. As a consumer, the biggest pet peeve that I have is not knowing cigar etiquette. If you go into a lounge, support the lounge. Don't just go there, take up their air, take up their space, watch their TVs, use their ice, whatever, blah, 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 and not purchase a cigar or two. Now, I'm not saying you can't smoke what you had maybe brought with you, but support the lounge. Like that's just a big pet peeve that I have as a consumer, not going in and supporting people and lounges in that space that you're about to occupy.
Man, hell no. I'm here for the free Wi-Fi.
See, that's what I'm saying. Well, you even sit outside the shop, maybe at the door, and try to get some Wi-Fi.
I mean, sitting
But not
outside
in
the
the lounge.
front, stealing Wi-Fi.
Sit outside that door. Sit outside that door.
So, what is it as a brand when you go in and you're trying to sell to a new lounge or potential client? What is that like? What is your pet peeve for that?
My pet peeve about it is when you get into the lounge, like, after talking or negotiating, whatever, you get into the lounge and then you become like an afterthought. Like they may put your cigars at the top or at the bottom where nobody can see it, but at least try to push the cigars. So I think cigar lounges owners or whoever works the humidors should at least try to commit to pushing those brands and not doing it because you apparently you liked it enough to put it in there, but don't just not follow up and not try to promote their smaller brands is a big pet peeve that I have because you can go and you may have your cigars and you do a cut and light and they're right there front and center, and then you do these cut and lights and you bringing people to their lounge and they're buying their drinks and all of this, and then you go back a month later and you're like, where are my cigars? Because they're not really pushing them at all. So that's just a big pet peeve that I have, just trying to promote everybody and not just the same old brands, because it's not like you're buying 100 boxes from boutique brands. You're buying smaller numbers, so why not push those? Or that's just my big pet peeve that I have with them, that the ones that do that.
Right. I see both sides of the coin, right? Because I'm in the happy median, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so we go lounges, we go brands, lounge brands, lounge brands, lounge brands. So the funny part about this is that it's like, well, business sense on the lounge side says, well, you're a new person. I gotta sell this new cigar on customers. And then you're saying, well, hey, if you put me in the front of the store, like at least give me that chance so they can see me, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so for me, like the median of it is it seems simple because I don't own a store, right? It sounds simple to me, right?
Exactly.
It sounds simple to me. I don't own a store. I don't own a cigar brand, but I do have accessories, which I I love the shops that take us in that are part of the Kingpin Luxury family, because I'm sitting right on top of the counter
Mm-hmm.
usually. So for me, understanding what you just said there, like, hey, don't put me up top here, put me down here where they can it's in their face, it's present, and then it may catch their attention.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm listening to the lounges, I'm like, guys, if you carry like the big brands, the name brands, like outside of the boutiques, customers already know them.
You don't have to sell those
You
because
don't
they
have
already go in knowing it.
Yeah,
Yes.
so their position really don't matter in the humidor because people are gonna naturally walk and search for them,
Mm-hmm.
right? And
Mm-hmm.
if they don't see them, they're gonna say, "Hey, do you have a Drew Estates?" Right?
Right.
But because people don't know LLC as much as we want them to know them, put me in the front so that way when they walk past it catches their eye.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't have the name brand that they're looking for, then you can say, hey, we have this new one that's comparable to what you're looking for. So
Absolutely.
in my frame of thought process, right, that sounds like a simple thing to do.
Right.
How do we communicate that between from lounge to brands? Because we need each other in this industry to propel it, right?
We do. We do. I don't know. Maybe, or maybe people on my end, like the cigar brands, maybe could maybe host like events specifically for lounge owners to maybe develop a better relationship, like a total understanding of the cigar and everything, what, what is comparable to, what it pairs well with. Maybe that way they can, because I mean, I really don't know. We can tell them, but I don't know how to honestly, bring that to their attention without, I don't know. I don't know what that looks like. I don't know. Do that comes from my end? Do consumers need to offer that? I don't know. I don't know. But I'm thinking, I don't know. That's a good question.
Right. And see,
That's a good question. A great
there's the
question.
spot. There's the opportunity right there for like that median from brand to lounge, from lounge to brand, to really, find a conjoining moment, right?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And I think like being on this side, I'm able to see like what's on everybody's sheet of paper, right?
Right, right, right.
And try and help everybody connect the dots. So for you, what is in your 30-year humidor? It's a time capsule. I mean, we hit the 50, and are you a June Cancer or a July Cancer?
I'm a July Cancer.
Ooh,
I
yes.
July 18th. So, I'm on that
Just
cusp.
right on that cusp, but you made it.
Well, so they say I got some Leo tendencies, but I'm
Mm,
I'm a July Cancer. Yeah.
mm.
Yeah. Yes. In
Okay.
my in my capsule, oh gosh, because I smoke other people's stuff. I'm not one to just be like, I'm only smoking LLC stuff. No, I smoke other stuff. My humidor has so much stuff I haven't even tried yet, but I know for sure I'd have my LLC collection in there. Um, I like the Patron, the 40th anniversary stick. I like that one.
Was
Um,
that the 1964?
yeah, yeah.
I like that
Um,
a lot.
Give me Oliva or Toro. I like who else? Those are like some of my favorites, my go-tos. Then I do like this stick. She has an awesome stick, Wanda with Sticks and Stones
Mm.
cigars. She has an amazing cigar. Like I love her cigars as
Hola,
well.
mi gente.
Yes, yes, that's my sister in the leaf, and she has a good stick as well. And I will put her in there as well.
And you would let it age for 30 years
Yeah,
and come back to it.
and I come back to it.
Hey, that's big props. Hey, Sticks and Stones. Hey, don't sleep on them.
Don't
Don't
sleep
sleep
on
on
that.
'em. Yeah.
Yeah, don't sleep on the small brands because we do have some great sticks and like or maybe that goes back to the cigar lounge thing. Or maybe because not all cigar lounges even offer boutiques. They only, maybe if you can have a little small section for boutique brands and maybe
Mm.
highlight that once a month, like a different brand just once a month, to highlight, up and new coming cigars,
Yeah.
brands. I don't know, but I'm just still thinking about that question because it's gonna bother me until I figure out a solution.
Well, we got time.
We got
We got time. We can talk. Because like how I'm seeing a lot of things, like understand like when you go to open up a lounge, like a lot of the big names want you to carry so many faces,
yeah.
right? And so that the facings, guys, those that don't know about cigar business, a facing is a brand, but there's so many different faces because it goes by sizes as well.
Hmm. Hmm.
So each size is a different face. Each
Hmm.
size and different type of cigar has a different skew.
Yeah,
So the guys with a lot of different skews, I'm like, God, dog, how you keep up with all that?
I,
That's
I have no idea.
crazy.
It's crazy. Like I'm not no cigar connoisseur and can tell you this about a leaf. I'm not even there yet where I can smoke one and tell you like the different tone. I'm not there. I just know I like to smoke and I know what I like. So somebody that could do that and have that's just a lot. It just would be overwhelming for somebody like me, honestly.
Right. And so, that's why it like the cigar is based off of like, okay, what do you like to drink? What do you like to eat?
Mm-hmm.
What kind of day are you having? It's
Yes.
more mental and therapeutic than anything.
than anything. And I too think that cigars for me are like seasonal. Like I can sit here and say I like in the winter I may smoke something different than when I would in the spring or the fall. You know, in the spring or the fall, I tend to smoke a little bit more lighter. But you know, in the fall, I do want the stronger undertone. You know, it's just so for me, cigars are seasonal too. I just,
Mm.
you know, I just have my moments and my palates change with the seasons.
Well, let's deep dive into that. So, with what season? We're in springtime, right? What springtime uh cigar should we pull from LLC?
Springtime, I am going to pull the founder and the director.
Uh,
Um, the direct a lot of times you see me smoking, I'm smoking a director for whatever reason. I like Toro. I like the size. I like the pull of it.
mm,
It's real smooth. It's an easy smoke. So for me right now, I would say out of the collection, I would do the director and the founder. The founder is a shorter smoke. It's my the lightest of the blends. So a lot of women gravitate to that because it's not a long smoke. It's
mm.
a short robusto, so they can smoke and be in and out and not feel overwhelmed with it. And because I think in the spring and the summer we're moving around, so we don't want to be boggled down trying to smoke a cigar for an hour. Yeah, I mean you can, but I'm
Right.
saying, you know, right now it's just like I would recommend those two, something light, breezy, you know, easy peasy.
Easy to go. Okay,
Mhm.
so when we go in the summer, what are we doing?
When we
Where
go
we
into summer, we're straight CEO, and I'm CEO and Lancero all day, baby.
at?
Yes, we are summertime fine, so we're gonna CEO with that Lancero.
Doing your cute little poses.
Poses. We got our sundresses and our hats and our sandals, and we feeling it. So yes, yes, the
Man.
CEO would go to.
And so now we go into the horrible part of the year, winter.
Winter.
What are
Winter.
you smoking at an LLC to take the edge off of winter?
I am smoking the Chairman. That's my newest flavor. That is my Maduro. It's a Churchill, so it has a little weight on it, a little earthy, a little spicy. It has like hints of cocoa and hints of Hennessy. It's not flavored at all, but you will pull those notes when you smoke it. It's a little bit more fuller, and more of my full bodied cigar. So I'm gonna go with that one, drinking some coffee, drinking some eggnog in the winter, you know, trying to chill and unwind. I'm going with the Chairman. That's my big boy.
I can dig it. I can dig
Mhm.
it. I'm with you. I'm with you right there all the way. So when we go in and we start requesting the LLC cigars, how do you want us to explain what we're looking for when we walk in and be like, hey man, you got LLC cigars or what?
I
Well,
probably, yeah, yeah, no, because sometimes you got to go by force. Like you got LLCs or what? No, no,
yeah,
no. I think you should just go in and just, you know, just kind of ask, do you guys carry the LLC? And if they say no, you should be like, well, that's definitely something that you should try to add to your humidor. I hear it's, you know, it
mhm,
has more faces that could, you know, bring something to your new smokers. But I wouldn't go on with no force. I think the more you ask for something, the more people are going to start inquiring, like, well, what is LLC about? Because
mhm,
that's actually how I got into one of the lounges here in Houston. Because
mhm.
I had people constantly like, "You don't have nothing in Katy. You don't have nothing in Katy. You know," and they kept going in, going in, going in. And one of the people was like, "I heard about your brand, and we want to get you in." So that goes a long way with people just constantly asking, "Do you
Right,
carry a particular brand?" Because I mean, for me, it worked for me. So I think
absolutely.
it can work for anybody because they're gonna want to know, well, what that's all about. Why they keep asking about LLC? You know.
Mhm.
So, and then eventually, you know, we're in their lounge now.
Yeah, I love that. I love
Hmm.
that. So, driving the demand all the way up,
Yes, it
right?
does. It does. It does.
So the rodeo
Oh,
has been all the rage going on. Like everybody went to Houston for the past 2, 3 weeks. I think it's going on third week or whatever. What has LLC been involved in with the rodeo shenanigans?
actually, we were involved a little bit. We were with Esther.
I,
We was well. They have like I don't even know how to describe rodeo because there's just so much going on. Like leading up to rodeo, they have like a barbecue cook-off. So all these different businesses have tents and stuff, whatever, and people could come out and you can buy the tickets. You can go visit, listen to music, smoke, eat for free, drink for free. It's just a big party that leads up to rodeo. So LLC was in collaboration with a tent there called Esther's, and we did well there. We was in another tent, the Creole Crew, where we sponsored there. So just putting we was able to put our imprint in the rodeo this year, because last year it's just so hard to get into. So finally we had a niche and we was able to be some sponsors for some of the businesses there.
Nice. So what was the experience like for you in being involved with the sponsorships?
It
Like,
was big because I had been trying, like I said, it's so hard to get into because they're like grandfathered in and they've been with certain brands for 10, 20, 30 years. So once I finally was able to get my footprint in there, I was like, okay, it's only up from here, like I'm making it. So it was like a high moment for me because like I said, rodeo is so hard to get into, and then your brand is exposed to thousands and thousands and thousands of people. So it was like I was literally jumping up for joy and like, please keep me on the list, every year to come, and trying to figure out how I can wiggle and maybe get me a LLC 10 in there next year. So I don't know. That's the plan. That's the goal. I'm already in talks about that now.
so was that a rooftop moment for you?
It was. It
Hey,
was. It
look,
was. That's a
man,
rooftop moment for real. For real.
let's go. Let's
Yes.
go.
Yes.
So carrying right into I love when we get to experience a rooftop moment with
Mhm.
our guests, especially friends, right?
Mhm.
So what is your I feel like being petty because I'm gonna be petty, and I feel like being messy. So,
Okay.
what is your experience with these festivals? What are the do's? What are the don'ts? Like, if we're gonna be a cigar brand and we're, what is our do's for maximum exposure? Our don'ts for the amount of work it takes to be in prep
Hmm.
for these
Hmm.
events, because you do a lot of them.
Yeah. And I tried to, and I fell back, and I'm not doing as many as I did each year. It gets a little bit less because in the beginning you go in thinking I got to go to all of them so that everybody can know about LLC, whatever that is, what it costs, what's the vendor fee. So you go into all of them, thinking that you have to be a part. And then year two, it kind of slowed down. And then year three, I'm being very selective. And I've already, like the beginning of the year, I kind of already knew which ones that I kind of wanted to do.
Mhm.
Because for me, the festival or cigar week or weekend has to fall in line with what LLC has going on. Like I'm not gonna be part of a festival that doesn't fit, like my brand or whatever, whatever that carries or whatever.
Mhm.
Also making sure that I'm able to get a ROI on my investment. Like how
Right.
many people am I going to be in front of? Like what events are you going to have me at? Where am I going to be placed? I think that's something important that people should figure out. Like if it's a whole week, like where am I going to be at? What type of crowd is it? Is it actually cigar smokers? Is it lounge, like I feel like people, just because it's a lot of people doesn't mean that you're going to get the brand recognition that you think you may get.
Mhm.
So you have to really do your research and see what it is that you're trying to accomplish. Are you just trying to be in this space, or are you really trying to get your name out there? So I think, being more diligent and me doing my thorough research on which festivals make sense for LLC and
Mhm.
what that price point looks like, because I don't want to spend $3,000 to go to a festival and I'm only going to make $200 and I'm only going to be seen by maybe 100 people. Like that just doesn't make sense dollar wise. Like, so it'll have to be a no for me. I'm sorry. I would love to, support, but you just can't do all of them.
Right.
You just can't.
Right. And that it has to make sense,
Has to
right?
make sense.
It has to make sense, because a lot of times, like, even on this side, you're like, You want me to pay what to do what?
To do what? And what are you gonna do? Are you gonna just make one post about LLC, or like what? And it's levels to that. Like, what are you gonna do? Because some of them may just take your money and just say set up a table. But like, how are you exposing me to the people that are buying your tickets to your festival? I think that's important too. Like, is my material gonna be in swag bags, or where can I, post signage, and all that type of stuff goes into play when you go to these events.
Right. And like, it's like, there's potential to sell cigars to people, but like we're looking at it like, okay, as a cigar brand, I'm thinking, okay, are these people that just smoke cigars? Or are we talking about cigar smokers?
Right. Right.
If we're talking about cigar smokers, then yes, then now we're completely invested in at least seeing what you have to offer.
Yeah, because
If
it's
we're
a difference. You have
Yeah,
people that'll just, I don't know what's the word I want to say. They'll just, I think it's a difference too between people who may invest in one cigar or a box
mhm,
of cigars. And that tells me a lot about you as a smoker. Like, I'm just not going to go everywhere and just buy one. And if I like your stick, then eventually I'm going to buy a box. And I think that's something we kind of in the cigar culture have kind of fell away from, like getting boxes and the meaning, just like really buying a box of cigars. Like, don't just send me one like cigar. I mean, not saying anything's wrong with it, but I just remember, even with my grandfather, that's what I noticed. He had boxes and boxes of cigars. So
right.
that's just what I saw. So that's what I thought, people would do. So
And see, the more I'm growing in the cigar community, right? I'm like, man, how do I help the brands find more me's? Because like for me, I'm a sampler pack guy.
mm-hmm,
Like I love a lot of variety. So like I'll get like probably two sampler packs from this person, two sample packs from that person, sample packs from this person, sample pack from that person, because I want to experience.
me too. I
You
buy
know,
packs.
I
Yeah.
want a complete experience of my cigar journey. So like yeah, I have my preferences, but
Mm-hmm.
it's more so I have my preferences of flavor notes and palette of what I'm looking at. And
Mm-hmm.
so helping people like helping cigar brands find those people, because now you have a consistent customer base. Like, yeah, he may not buy boxes, but he gonna spend some money, and it's gonna be a consistent.
A consistent, and you appreciate, because like I do with my customers, I go and I have some that buy something. They may buy 3 cigars every other week, and then it's about appreciation because I know you're a customer, so I may send you an extra 3 or a t-shirt or a candle, or, just because you do appreciate those customers that are real customers, and not just gonna just I don't know the word that I want to use or how I want to say it, but just really supporting your brand is it goes. I appreciate it, and I
Mm,
try to give back to those who do that, because I
right,
support everybody. Like, people be like, I got so much stuff, like, and it's not just with cigars. Like, I got popcorn, I got candles, I got everything around here, because and I just feel like we just have to support one another, and it shouldn't go unappreciated when you do support.
right. And since we're in tax season, I feel since we're talking about expenses, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I got LLC Cigars, the conglomerate on deck right now. So how do you run your expenses when you're showing support? Because a lot of people don't know that whenever you show support, these are tax write-offs if you're in the cigar industry, right?
Mm-hmm.
So thank you for being here to help me avoid this high tax bill that I've been that's going to be levied on me at the end of the year,
I
right?
mean, them taxes hit you because they hit us with cigars. Cigars
Right,
are taxed so high. For the life of me, I don't understand why tobacco and alcohol. I mean, I get it, but it's so many other things that we're not tapping into that could be taxed, that people want to indulge in. So I don't understand why we're so, you know.
and Don't tell them that, because then they'll try and tax that too.
They
Looking
don't
for
want to tax some of the stuff people just be wanting, but
yeah. I'll be like, well, um, looks like I'm gonna have to sell something on the corner, but
Oh, Jesus.
yeah, y'all abusing me. I'm trying to do this the right way, but you know
Trying to
what?
do this right, but y'all don't want to act right. Y'all don't want to act right.
Y'all don't want to act right. Y'all keep doing things to me to make you know, and
Mhm. And
So for LLC Cigars, what is going to be your next rooftop moment? What do you envision? Because I know you vision board, and you got a lot of things that you're striving for. Like I said, guys, if you didn't catch from the beginning of the show, she's a huge strategist, right? So what is it that you're envisioning for LLC Cigars by the end of this year, if that helps limit that down?
Okay. I guess for me, well, for LLC, in the next 6 months to a year, I envision having my own space.
Mhm.
And
Like a
creating
lounge, or like a
like a
lounge?
lounge,
Mm.
creating my own lounge and creating this collective network of individuals, businesses where we can tap into each other's resources, businesses, and just creating a space for other business without going into detail because it's not all ironed out, but creating a collective of businesses under the LLC umbrella
Mm.
that will tap into the cigar industry and other industries as well.
So what type of lounge would you be? Would you be a bar, or would you be like BYOB?
That's kind of like what I'm going back and forth on. I'm thinking kind of like a bar, but I don't want it like a bar. Like if I'm gonna have a cigar space, I want it to be a cigar space. I don't want a lounge where it's allowed where you're allowed to smoke. I want it to be like a true cigar lounge. I mean,
Mm.
it's just here in Texas, it's hard to get around some of that stuff, having alcohol and cigar smoke. So trying to find avenues, or trying to find the best way to incorporate having alcohol and um a cigars. Because I think they go hand in hand. Like I just do. I just, business wise, it makes sense, and trying to navigate and figure that part out the best way.
Okay, okay. Because I'm gonna get in your business, right?
I know, I see. I see.
Have you decided on a name yet?
Uh-uh.
No.
No, I do, but I don't want to. I don't. I'm not. No, I'm not indulging in that. But it's in line with the
You could have
LLC.
stayed with the line said no.
Yeah, I should have. I should have. No, but I do. I do have a name for it. I do. I do, and it's in the works. So
Well, guys,
just
be on the lookout for it. So, like,
yeah.
she's gonna make a big announcement about it. She ain't gonna tell me. Well, she ain't gonna tell y'all. She'll tell me probably later.
But that's you got to share secrets now because
Yeah,
you know what we
yeah.
do.
She ain't gonna tell me. She ain't gonna tell y'all. She'll tell me, but because don't be surprised when the big announcement of this illustrious, because you don't do things small. You're very over the top. You're very like upper crest. You know. So
That's the
I
only way I know how to do stuff. I just, even my kids are like birthday parties. They're like, oh my God, here she go again. I just like to plan, and I do like to be over the top. And then I just like what I like. And, I just want to be able to share that and create that space with, my customers and people in the cult. That's just something that I just want to bring it. I'm gonna just say that. I'm just gonna bring it.
yeah, and bring it you shall.
Yes, I'm just gonna bring it.
So now shifting gears, because I want to go back into a little bit more of who you are and the philanthropy space. Excuse me.
Mhm.
Mouth got a little juicy. So going into the philanthropy space,
Uh-huh.
tell us about your works in the community that you are engaged in right now.
Ooh, Lord, as I got my hands tapped in a lot. My husband and I, we do a lot for the community. Like that's something we've always
He just
been.
celebrated a birthday too.
He
Well,
did on yesterday,
yeah.
and that's probably why my cough coming back because I was sick last week, you guys, and that's why I'm not smoking today. And then yesterday we went to a cigar lounge and on his birthday because he was like, I know that's what you want to do, but I took him to a
Well,
cigar
happy
lounge.
birthday to him and shout out to him.
So
Mr.
yeah, we were
TJ Ford.
Lord, yeah. So he's we have our TJ Ford Foundation that we run. We do things throughout the year, like all year, like from Thanksgiving drives to shoe drives to cold drives, back to school drives. We do all those type of things. We also run our nonprofit, a basketball program. We have one that's a nonprofit, and then we do have our basketball academy, like with AAU and all that basketball stuff. That's totally separate. And then I also have Project Beautiful Me that we run under that umbrella, and that's more geared toward middle school and high school girls. I provide a mentorship program with them. I try to bring like-minded women, to be mentors and to speak life into these girls and to talk about college, what that looks like, or starting your own business. We do college tours. I also put on a prom event for people who can't afford prom dresses, who may want to go to prom, and I create this boutique for them to come and so say shop with their mentors, and we provide dresses, shoes, we do their hair, we do their makeup, and we do a day of empowerment where I bring in different guest panelists to talk to the ladies. So I do that as well. So we do a lot in the community. We try to team up with other organizations here in Houston, because it's always a blessing to be a blessing, and TJ and I are in a situation to where we can help others, and I just feel like that's something that we should do and will continue to do.
So a lot of AU basketball, right? And you were a track star yourself. Do you participate with a lot of girls in track? Because I know you said the prom and helping them understand what does college look like for them. Do you still dive into the track world as well?
Mm-mm.
No.
No, not with the girls. No, not still watch it, and I still, but no, not as far athletics with the girl. It's more basketball. I don't know how to say basketball like rules this house, but it's just been from the basketball aspect. My daughter plays volleyball. She didn't want to run track or do basketball, and I get it. So no, I wish, I was trying to push them to run track and try to help me because I was like, I would have got like a little track team together, but my kids didn't want to do that. They lazy. I mean, they don't want to run and be outside, I guess. I don't know. They want to do sports in the building.
Yeah. Who wants? It's hot out. It's hot out. We're in Texas, and
Mhm.
worst of all, you're in Houston. The humidity,
It
crazy
sucks.
work.
Yes, it drains you,
Oh my
literally.
God. You want
Yes.
me to run where?
And how long and
How
what's yeah.
long?
hmm
Why are we running? Is something chasing
Exactly.
us?
Exactly.
Uh,
Exactly.
Yo, I remember when they was like, "Hey, we need you to run track." I said, "Why?" They said,
Yes.
"Hey, you either go to track or you go to wrestling." I was like, "Well, where's the wrestling room? Because that's where I'm gonna be." And damn
Yeah.
it, they had it hotter in the wrestling room than it was
I already
outside.
know. I already know. Oh my God. I already know.
I was like, "Well, I'm stuck now."
I'm here. I'm here.
I'm here now.
Yes.
Like I committed to it, so now we're in this thing.
hmm
So I love what you're doing with the kids, with the youth. It really means so much to our community, and I wanted to give you your flowers and tell you thank you for your continued work and your natural heart. You and your husband's natural heart for our youth.
Thank
So
you.
guys, get involved with the TJ Ford Foundation. Get
Yes.
involved with LLC Cigars because it's good people doing good things.
Mm-hmm.
So
Thank you.
just get involved with LLC Cigars. It's a brand you can back. It's a brand you can trust. It's a brand you can believe in.
Thank you.
So changing up to the next thing, to leave a lasting impression. What cigar are you giving out of your brand as a gift? What are you gifting to someone? You know, you don't
Actually,
know.
yeah, I'm gonna gift our collection box, and in the collection box, it has each of our cigars. It also comes with a crystal ashtray. It comes with a cutter in a nice box that's dressed up. So and it comes with a face of each of our cigars. So I'm gonna gift that
You're
from
so upper crust. You're
yeah,
so you're so upper crust. Like just
and it's fancy. It's fancy, and I think they'll love it. They'll love it.
yeah, it's so upper crust. Like I would not know where to put that. You know, what's funny is people say, "Hey, your lighter is still, it's sitting on my shelf in the box." I'm like, man, use it. You lose
Yeah.
it, I'll sell you another one.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Use
Yes.
it.
Yes.
So, how do we find you? How do we connect with you? How do we order? Most importantly, how do we order?
You can order directly from LLC. You can go to www.llcigars.com and we ship to you directly. Or it also on the website, it has a list of the different lounges. I know you guys are kind of like everywhere, but you can go directly to LLC Cigars site, or you can order from Instagram. We're at LLC Cigars on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. It's just LL Cigars everywhere across the board. That's where you can find us. You can find cigars, what we're doing, where we're going to be. So everything LLC Cigars is there.
And what's here. I've said this to you before, but I know you love LL Cool J and all, but it's one of those things like, hey man, have you sent him a box yet?
No, I need to. I don't think he's a smoker, but I need to because some of my posts sometimes I put his music to it just because ladies love. But this time we're
Yeah,
loving cigars. But yeah, yeah,
yeah.
I need to. I do. I do.
In my mind, he has a box of your cigars, and I'm like, how come I haven't seen him with your cigars yet? Like it
But
just
when
fit.
that time comes, everybody's gonna know. The whole world's gonna know. When that time comes, we got that LLC stick. Everybody and their mama gonna know.
And I'm gonna be like, yeah, I made that happen. I made
You
that
made that happen.
happen. Ain't gonna be true, but that's what I'm gonna say.
Yes, 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 yes.
So, with that being said, I had it, then I lost it, and I lost it, and I had it.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
With LLC Cigars, having LL Cool J, like, even if he isn't a smoker, like, even
He should have it. He should
he's
have
yeah,
it.
he should have it. Like, that's just one of those things. Um, because of superstar power, like being you guys being celebrities yourselves, however you want to apply it. We'll say pillars of the community, right?
Mhm.
We'll say pillars of the community. Like if you don't see yourself as a celebrity, you say, nah, it ain't that. Cool, whatever. Going to PCA.
Mhm.
You're going to PCA.
Mhm.
You're gonna be at PCA. You're gonna
Mhm.
see all cigar nerds and cigar celebrities of the industry. Who are you looking forward to meeting at PCA?
Mm. That's a tough one. You know who I would want to meet? Rocky.
Who?
Rocky.
Rocky from Rocky Patel.
Yeah. I would just want to pick his brain. Like if I could have a conversation, I would want to pick his brain on certain things, if that
Mm.
makes sense. like from a business point of view and how he marketed certain things. If I can meet one person, it probably would be him.
I like that. There's the because
I mean, it's a little
especially
different, probably not, but I'm saying just some things that he's done, and I'm just wondering, where he came up with that and how he, that's just for me who I would want to meet
yeah,
and
and
pick his project.
usually because the superstar, the partier of his brand is his brother Niche.
Mm-hmm.
I met Niche like 3 times.
Uh-huh.
And he has more energy than I do. And
Ooh. Oh my God.
he's man, man, good dude, just wild. And you're
Okay.
like, damn, man, I didn't know you guys turn up like that. It's like, yeah, no.
Right.
But like
Right.
Rocky seems like he's a little more in in the back,
Yeah.
hanging out, cooling out, observing. But I've had personal interactions with Niche versus Rocky. So I
Okay.
think I'm with you on that. I would like to meet Rocky. I wouldn't mind meeting Rocky.
Yeah. I
That would be
like
dope.
it. Yeah, I think so. I
So
think so.
with PCA, are you getting there for the whole shebang, or you going for like a little part of it?
No, I'm gonna go for the whole thing because I'm actually New Orleans is having their cigar festival at the same time. So
Mm,
um I'm sure, I wanted to tap into that as well. So I'm going from Friday to Monday. Yeah.
mm.
Hmm.
So are you gonna attend some of the NOLA Cigar Festival?
Yes, yes. I think so. That's the plan. But you never know till you get there. But that's the plan.
Right, because like PCA has a lot going on, and then
Exactly. It's
the
so
festival will have a lot going on. And it's like, yo,
right. Right. That's what I said. You may have a plan when you get there, and then it's totally like you going with the wind. So I don't. That's gonna be hard to say, but I would do want to go at least one of their events.
I can dig it. So I know you have a plan. I'm gonna ask you about your plan a little later, but if you want to divulge, what are you expecting to experience through both NOLA Festival and PCA?
PCA is just more like that's almost like research for me. From a business point, from a marketing standpoint, I get to see and learn a lot from, those larger cigar brands, and you get to meet people who give like a lot of insight into things. So that's more of like my, learning, my research on as far as the business part for LLC. And
Mhm.
then for New Orleans, and that's more just like maybe developing more relationships with other people in the cigar culture.
Awesome. Now, before we end this, what is a lasting tip you would give women going into this cigar industry, this cigar space?
My little tidbit would be just making sure that we all as like cigar people um respect this shared space that we're in, and recognizing that we as women bring value to the cigar industry in whatever capacity that looks like for you, that we know that we have a space in the cigar industry, and we have to own it, and own it with grace and with style.
Love that. So, guys, this is Miss Candace Dixon Ford. Another thing, who do we send the checks to? We send it to Candace Ford, or we send it to Candace Dixon? Like, where?
It's gonna get cashed either way. It got all my names on there, so it'll get cashed either way. So whatever you feeling, that it's gonna get cashed.
Let's go.
It's gonna get cashed. You ain't got to worry about that.
Send it to LLC Cigars.
Say LLC cigars. Yes, send it there.
Guys, thank you for tuning in, logging in with us, having your lunch break and your smoke break with us. This is Miss Candace Dixon Ford of LLC Cigars. I'm Bryce Fowler, your host. Boss Talks on the Rooftop. Like, subscribe, share the channel, and remember, storms don't last, but your home should. Peace. Two fingers.